Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Here to do the last of the vendor wax haul videos from my forwarder box. This will focus on what I got from Villainous Wax. So I haven't done a haul from Villainous Wax before. I have tried them maybe once or twice. I've had access to Villainous Wax through a thing called Polish Pickup. I don't know if you've heard of it. If you're into like indie nail polish like I am, you probably will have heard of it. It's basically like a once a month kind of like an online marketplace where a whole bunch of different nail polish vendors submit one polish that relates to a specific theme, and then you can go in and you can buy whatever you want, and it all ships together, and I think the shipping in the US is quite cheap, and there are a few wax vendors that submit stuff to that as well. So Polish Pickup is where I discovered Tea Time Tarts, who until they sort of, you know, stopped producing, disappeared, was one of my favorite vendors. Luna Wax is another one that I think I found and really enjoyed through Polish Pickup. And I got a couple of scents, or at least one. I can't remember if it was one or two, but I have tried Villainous Wax through Polish Pickup, and I was really impressed with both the blend and the performance. So Villainous Wax has always been on my list to try. I'm finding it's really hard to add new vendors into my rotation at the moment, because I find that I don't even have enough money to spend at the vendors, like my tried and true vendors, let alone to add new vendors into the mix. So I don't do it very often anymore. But Villainous had a Pirates sampler. Yo Ho Ho, it's a Pirate's Life for Me collection. And so I bought the whole, I just wanted the whole collection, and there were a few other scents that looked really good, so I ordered. So yeah, Villainous Wax. I got a lot of stuff in the order. So like bits and pieces. So that's the invoice. So I'll keep that there so I know what scents are what. There's a couple of stickers which I was very confused about when I was going through the forwarder box, because obviously when my forwarder box comes, everything's kind of split up and spread around. I don't know what comes in what order. So there's this sticker that says Moon Prism Power Makeup, and then in the name of the moon I'll punish you. I was very confused by them until I remembered that I bought a couple of items from, she had a Sailor Scouts collection up there and a Sailor Villains, so like Sailor Moon, and I realized that they would likely be from Sailor Moon. So that's what those were about. There's also this brand sticker, business card, so that's the details, that's the website, everything there. And then also this, so it says every story needs a hero and its villain, and then a whole bunch of stuff there. So lots of stuff. And this as well, sorry. So I think these are planner stickers. I'm not a planning person, so this is really not my kind of thing. I'm not going to use that, but if you like planner stuff, maybe you would like that. Anyway, the only thing I will say about the experience is I did find that the shipping was maybe a little bit on the pricey side. I think for what I got, it came to about, I think it was like $18 something. So I know shipping costs are going up everywhere. I'm not going to pretend to know what it costs to ship things in America at the moment. I just found that comparative to other vendors, I just thought it was a little bit expensive. So maybe factor that in. It's not something, shipping's not usually something that would put me off purchasing, like, but it might stop me from adding as much to a cart as I might have liked. So that's just my sort of thinking on that. So right, I'm gonna get stuck into it. So there was one sample, and she's got this really cool, it's like a big cube, like a clamshell for a single cube, which I thought was quite cool. She seems to have different, when I get to the clamshells, they're quite different as well. So this is probably, it's a bit of an awkward shape. I think it's probably 2 melts. We'll see. Like it's definitely bigger than 1 melt for my warmer, but whether it'll get to 2 or not, we'll see. And this is in Lavender Tonic Tea. I don't know if I like it. It's very floral. I don't get much of a tea note. Doesn't smell super lavender like to me either. It smells, I mean, I do get lavender, but I feel like I get another floral. I can't think of what it is, like baby's breath or something. Yeah, it's very floral. So, yeah. So what I might do is I might run through all of the non-Pirate Collection melts because they are listed out here. And then I will do the Pirate Collection. So anyway. So Take Me Home Country Roads Charity Melt. The wax is, just looking at this and then looking at, I don't think I had them very well matched to like item to price. Yeah, so the shipping was nearly $19. The wax is probably a little bit on the pricey side, just looking at that per item as well. So like this shot cup, for example, is $3.40, and I think most vendors usually charge under $3 for that sort of thing. Again, like, I'm not saying that to shade the vendor. I feel like everyone has their own price thresholds, but it is one of those things that would just, you know, it's a factor when I decide whether I'm buying wax. If it adds up to too much, then you know, that's going to be something I consider. All right, so Take Me Home Country Roads. So this was lush oak forest, maple tree leaves, and birch bark. So this was $7 for the clam, but I think it's, is it bigger than a regular clam? I do think it's bigger than a regular clam, these ones. So, I mean, the pieces, there's 6 pieces, but they seem a little bit bigger, so. Don't know why, when I was ordering, maybe I was in like a, I don't know, but I really didn't notice the prices of things that much. Like, it didn't feel like I was overspending, but now I'm looking at it and looking at the size of the wax. I'm like, maybe it's a little bit overpriced, but anyway. This is gorgeous though. This is such an amazing tree scent. It's complex, I can smell lots of different trees. I can smell leaves. A slight sort of smokiness. That is an amazing tree scent. And the decorations are also very lovely too. So that is very good. The next one on the list is Wise Man. So this is a shot cup. This was from the sale of Villains. Spicy Lord of Misrule type, charred sandalwood and smoke. It's funny with these sort of shot cups, normally I think they're a couple of ounces. So normally I'm just lazy with these. I tend to just cut them in half. But I think that I will probably cut this one into 4s. As far as I remember, her wax through pretty well off a small amount. So I think I'll be able to cut these down. And that's always the thing with wax pricing, is that I think it's more about how much wax you use in your warmer, and get good throw, than it is about the price per ounce. Because I've had some vendors who have a lower price per ounce, but you have to use more wax. So like when I think about, say, you know, the brand I buy the most, Super Tarts, they have a higher cost per ounce than some vendors, but I use far less Super Tarts than just about any other vendor. So price wise, Super Tarts is actually quite economical for me, because I get a lot of run for the money, you know. So I'm hoping that Villainous ends up being something similar, that I can cut it quite small for my warmers. So yeah, I wouldn't normally do a shot cup like that in 4 other than Super Tarts, but I will try. This one is amazing as well. So yeah, Lord of Misrule, charred sandalwood and smoke. It's definitely, even though you can smell the Lord of Misrule, I feel like I get more of the smoky tones and the sandalwood. There's just a little bit of a Lord of Misrule spice in the background, and that's good, because I find like often with Lord of Misrule blends, the Lord of Misrule is the heaviest part. So I really love it. This is a really good smoky scent. I think I've definitely smelled this smoke oil before. I can't off the top of my head say where, but I love it. So that smells amazing. Then the next one is, so that's Pirate Collection. Wicked Lady. Where's Wicked Lady? So this is another Sailor Villain scent. So this is blackcurrant, blackberry jam, and sweet pink sugar. So the aesthetic of all of this stuff is really cool. Like, I like it that, yeah, she's using big, I prefer, if you're going to use glitter, I prefer big glitters just than little ones that, you know, are everywhere. And like I like it's not over the top, but there's some interest to these pieces. This one smells amazing. It's quite perfume-like. More perfume-like than I would have expected. But the black currant and the blackberry jam are just such deliciously jammy kind of notes. Oh, it smells really, really good. I really like that one. Because that one was $4.50. Yeah, so I might be able to get 4-5 melts out of this, maybe. So I think price-wise per warmer, it's not so bad. House of Stewart. This is from their Return to Lullybrook collection. Probably said that wrong. So House of Stewart is green moss, rushing rivers, hyacinth petals, firewood, and roasted marshmallows. So this one has 3 cubes like that. I think this is my favourite scent so far. There's a really great like fire-sided marshmallow kind of scent, which this has. So it's got this gorgeous marshmallow undertone with those fresh green aquatic notes. More green than aquatic, like even though it's got rushing rivers, it's, yeah, definitely more kind of mossy. Doesn't really smell like hyacinth. There's a slight floral, but it's more kind of mossy, a little bit of river and a little bit of something else. But the firewood and the roasted marshmallows is what makes that one like really, really good. The next one on the list is the Blackjack War Chief Duo. So that is in one of these clamshells. So these clamshells were $6.50 each, and they've got, I don't really know how I would divide these up at this point. So there's definitely more than, yes, like a standard clamshell, but it's in 2 strips. So so I think you can probably mix them. I feel like 2 parts of this together, anyway, I don't know. I don't know how I will use them at this stage. So, and that's what that looks like, by the way. So this is the Blackjack, which is, I should have said the scent. So Blackjack is rosewood, musk, orange peel, and leather boots. And then War Chief is pine, mountain streams, gunpowder, and whiskey. I really like this Blackjack side. It's got a decent dose of leather in it, but it's not too overwhelming. And it's got that little bit of woodsiness and citrusness. It's really, really good. Loving that. The other side, this is the War Chief side, so the pine, mountain, streams, gunpowder, and whiskey. Everything so far has smelt really strong. This one's maybe a little bit lighter. I think it's okay though. I don't know what gunpowder's meant to smell like. I feel like I get whiskey. Whiskey and mountain streams is what sort of stands out to me the most. Like it's fresh, but there's definitely like an alcohol kind of vibe. And a little bit of pine, and there's kind of an odd sort of smokiness. So I guess that's the gunpowder. So that's very interesting. Camp Crystal Lake and Kiki Mamama duo. So that's this one. So this is in the back. This is Tingly Mint, Mossy Rocks, and Eucalyptus Leaves. That's Camp Crystal Lake. And then the Kiki Mamama is Sandalwood, Patchouli, Amber, and Oak Forest. So looks like that. This is really, really good. I wasn't sure with this one because obviously Tingly Mint and Eucalyptus Leaves has the potential to really kind of aggravate my sinuses. But this is fresh and it's mossy and it's earthy. It's definitely got a touch of mint and a touch of eucalyptus. I don't really, it's not tingly to me, thankfully. Tingly mint is not my thing. But that is very, very good. that could have turned out badly for me, but thankfully not the case. And then the other one is the Sandalwood, Patchouli, Amber and Oak Forest. And this is great as well. She seems to really do these fresh, earthy kind of blends really well. This one's definitely deep and earthy. More kind of amber and oak earthy than sandalwoody. Oh, then patchouli, sorry. Touch of sandalwood, but not super, like not a super amount, but it's really, really nice. I do think those two would actually blend together quite well. And then Knockout Tea from the Fresh Start collection. She tends to have collections of things, like themed collections, and then you can go in and you can either buy the whole collection or you can buy individual scents. She does a subscription box as well, and it's possible the subscription box works out cheaper, I don't know. So Knockout Tea, so that is mango, pineapple chunks, coconut shavings and Earl Grey tea. So this one I reckon is maybe, again, maybe I can get 4 melts out of it. I think it was $3.40. If I can get 4 melts out of this, I'll be happy with it for the price. Like, if it's less than that, then yeah. I love this. It's a little bit more subtle than some of the other ones. I've never had like a mango pineapple scent with Earl Grey tea, but it works really well. It's kind of a bit more muted, like you definitely smell pineapple and mango, but it's not like an in-your-face scent. The Earl Grey tea kind of just wraps it up and cozies it up a little bit. Slight coconut as well, so yeah, I very much like that. Alright, so now I'm going to assume everything else is the Pirates collection, because that's the only thing I have left on the list. It doesn't have what the Pirates collection is listed out, so... So first up, I have a shot of We Want's the Redhead. So pipe tobacco, pomegranate seeds and vanilla. I love, look, I don't mind an over-the-top glitter if it looks like that. Even if it annoys me in my warm, it's like, I'll take it. I know not everyone likes that though. Alright, this one I don't know if I love. Pomegranate seeds I think is a bit on the tart side. And I feel like with the pipe tobacco, it's not quite meshing well. There's a weird kind of sour tobacco kind of going on in that. I'll melt it. It could turn around warm, but yes, there's just an odd sour kind of tobacco thing going on in that, which I don't think I love. Pirates water. So this is that oceany, chemically smell that we all know and love. So it's like that Pirates... I don't know what the ride is called because I'm not super familiar with anything Disney related. I know Dessa's does like a Pirates Voyage or something based on the ride. So it's got to be the same kind of thing. And yeah, this smells the same as that other scent that I've had. It smells good. I really like it. It's kind of musty water, but in a good fragrance way. So yeah, I feel like you get mossy and kind of earthy tones and watery tones, and it's just really good. So happy for that. Do You Fear Death? So this is Fizzy, absinthe, herbal, sage, sea salt and driftwood. That looks really cool. I love this. The first thing that sticks out is like a fizzy. It's only a touch fizzy, and I don't know what absinthe is meant to smell like really, but it smells like a kind of flat lime, like a lime. Yeah, a subtle flat lime, like with a little bit of fizziness. And I know that doesn't sound very appealing, but it smells good. But then you get the slight herbal and woody notes and a touch of sea salt, and it's really unique. It's really, really good. So I like that a lot. Why is the rum always gone? So spicy rum berries, ocean air, and salt water. This one's got like cute little anchors and stuff. Oh, not anchors, like ship wheels and stuff. This one, it's a very buttery rum. And I kind of get the saltiness. I don't feel like I get much of a berry from it. But I do get like a salty, buttery rum. It's okay. It's not like a favourite, but it's okay. Calypso. So this is incense, patchouli, warm plums, vanilla, tart, and orange zest. Very cute. It's got little starfish there. This is nice. Oh, the top. There's renovations going on next door, so she's been just in react mode all day, all week, to be honest. Hang on. So the first thing that strikes me is bakery with this one. So like a warm plum and orange bakery. But it's more like the plum and the orange is almost more like an essential oil, which I know sounds weird with bakery, but it doesn't smell like fresh citrus and fresh plums. It's like you've used essence to do it. And then there's just a warmth in the background with from the incense and patchouli. I love that. That one is delicious. Really, really nice. 2 Knuckleheads. So this is bay leaf, crushed berries, smoked tobacco, ash, and twigs. By the way, I do believe that because Villainous Wax has like a ready to ship kind of model. I mean, she's got the subscription box, but a lot of stuff goes up ready to ship. And I think if some of it sits there for a while, I have noticed that I nearly purchased ones. They do discount. So they'll do sales on stuff once it gets, you know, not too old, but just older stuff. So I will say, if you've kind of heard me talking about the prices here and you've gone, well, I would consider just keeping an eye out and looking at the site, and if there's a sale on, maybe trying it then, because I think she does them fairly I think a few months ago I nearly jumped in because everything was discounted quite substantially. I can't remember why I didn't in the end. I think it was one of those things where, you know, when you fill up a cart too much and your cart's so big, even with the sale, that you go, I can't do this, and you close it down because I hadn't planned to buy it. So I think that's why I didn't do it. But definitely just keep an eye out for that. Like I said, for me, the price, whether the price is worth it or not, is 100% going to come down to how much wax I need in the warmers. If I can get away with a small amount, I've got quite big hot plates. If I can get away with a small amount, I will be fine with it. If it needs more, then that value equation is going to, you know, not be in its favour. Now, let me talk about the scent again. This is interesting. I don't know if I love it. It's got a very unique tone. I feel like the bay leaf, the berries, the tobacco. It's borderline sour, but it's not. Like, yeah, there's a sweet tart kind of thing going on. It's okay. I just, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. You best start believing in ghost stories. So this is rich tobacco leaf, cognac, cherry pits, vetiver, green fern, and ozone. I love scents of green fern and ozone. I think there must be an oil with those notes. This is really good. I can definitely smell that fern and ozone tone. I've smelt it incense from other vendors. I recognize it instantly. But this one has a real kind of sexy warmth. I think from the cognac and the tobacco leaf. I think I've had cognac in other scents as well, and I've loved that too. It's just a great kind of citrusy, boozy note. And like herbal vetiver, cherry pits. I feel like I don't get a strong cherry tone from that. But yeah, that's amazing. And then the last thing I have is this double clam of Blood of a Pirate and Parlay. So Blood of a Pirate is teakwood, cardamom, clove, sliced almonds and pipe smoke, and Parlay is Earl Grey tea slices, lemon zest, juicy peach slices, and a slice of sweet almond cake. So it's got that funky gold glitter or bronze glitter on it. So this one is the Parlay. So good. I can't quite, Earl Grey tea leaves and sweet almond cake. I don't think it's tea and cakes. I'm getting a peach, but it is kind of subdued. It's kind of like a peach tea. Yeah, it's like peach tea and bakery. Oh, I love that. I really love that. I mean, I love a good peach scent. This one's the teakwood, the cardamom, clove, smoked, sliced almonds and pipe smoke. This one, not so much. I'm not a clove fan. Cardamom, it's very, you know, very heavy spice. With that said, for those sorts of scents, which I often dislike, and almonds as well, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that I should hate. But while this is a little bit too heavy and smoky for me, I can probably melt it. It's okay. So, yeah, I don't think I would combine those two scents, though. I don't think they are combinable. That's just my thinking, but I'll definitely melt both of them. So that's it. That's everything. Really happy with what I've got. Like I said, if this stuff performs as well as the bits that I've had before on, you know, not too much in the warmers, then I'll be absolutely, you know, thrilled and happy with how it's all gone. And look, even if it doesn't, I just yeah, I'm really happy to be dipping the toes into another new vendor. And like I said, keep an eye on the site because they do sales and things like that. So yeah, that's all of my forwarder box. Everything put away. Always makes me happy when my, you know, space around here is nice and clean again. Because yeah, when a forwarder box comes in, I love it for a few moments and then I'm like, oh my god, what do I do with all this wax? So yeah, hopefully you're all really well, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.